welcome back to Aspinect TV, bringing you insight and information into the world of business and entrepreneurship. My name is Tayla.
And my name is Keema.
And we're in the heart of central London at South Bank.
Today we're here with the man behind Strawberries and Cream Festival to find out what it really takes to run a festival.
Strawberries and Cream is a festival that takes place annually within the Cambridge region,
featuring artists such as JHus, Kano, Wiley and Skepta, and it's all within the lovely scenic backdrop of the Cambridgeshire region.
Yeah, what about Strawberries and Cream? What are you telling me? Yeah, mad thing. Who's ready to turn up with Mando?
Backstage, couple drinks, I'm loose. All I see is bums and boobs. I'm turned, step on the stage, bust the kind of man, can't blow up the room. Boom, bust the kind of blow up the room. Boom, bust the kind of blow up the room. Bow, licking down shows and I'm bringing in racks. Bust the kind of blow up.
So you're
Chris.
You started the festival from scratch, right? How did everything come about?
How did it all start?
Yeah.
I started running club nights at university because I felt there was just nothing for my type of music. So like there was no hip hop, there was no grime, there was no garage. So we started like running these events called Creem. And basically from there we thought, oh, let's just do an end of year party sort of thing outside in the summer. Like Cambridge is good for that. So we booked a stage and then started selling tickets for it. Like no acts, no nothing. We were just like, we're promoters anyway, so I can sell tickets to an event. Got the ticket money in and then started booking different acts. And in our first year we had Shy FX and David Rodigan come down and we sold like 1,000 tickets for it. And it was only supposed to be a party, so like from there we thought, oh, we're onto something here, let's try and develop it for next year.
So is this something that you thought you'd be doing when you were younger, or?
I definitely didn't think I was going to do this. Like I went to uni and did like a course called Land Economy, which is economics, law and real estate finance. So I saw myself going off and like being a big banker in the city and or like doing wealth management or something like that. And then yeah, the events thing come around, and then I just had a really good group of friends that I do it with, and it's just I saw it as a hobby at first, and now I've just turned it into a full-time job, and that's why I can get away with like doing it because I love it.
What's the concept of your festival like?
Concept.
Yeah.
Basically, the concept is like obviously Cambridge and Cambridge Uni is all seen as this like lovely, perfectly English place, like lovely countryside. And then what we wanted to do was like bring like the London urban music to Cambridge because it wasn't there. And like the whole concept of it is having the juxtaposition between that side of things and the music. So that's Strawberries and Cream basically.
Did you go to Cambridge University?
Yeah.
So that's why you chose Cambridge as like a location for Strawberries and Cream.
I think Cambridge has worked out for us quite well now because there isn't anything else going on in that area. There's a big student population and there's a lot, and it's only 50 minutes from London, so it's like really accessible for people there. So we've got a good market that we can access basically.
When you decided now, from the whole party stage to now it's now a festival, what was the plan? Did you have a business plan? What was it exactly? How did you go around the whole entrepreneurship part?
It's a very like disorganized way of running things in a way. I'm sorry to say, but my hands are up. And it's kind of like we don't do things by the book because I think we want to keep our individuality, and I think one of our selling points is that we're a unique festival run by young people, and we're just doing it how we feel to do it best. So like every year we've grown like steadily every year, like doubled from the first year to the second year was 2,500 people. And we kind of I've learned every single year, and I'm still learning now. I'm only 23, like fresh out of uni, and this is my first time doing it full time. So we kind of like set our vision and set our goals, and then just kind of work to achieving those, and that's effectively has been our business plan. It's got a bit more professional now, but that's how it all started.
What did your 9 to 5 like mean to you while all of this was happening? Did you continue working? Did you just quit and take a leap of faith? Or?
So like started it in my first year at uni. So the first 3 years I was full time studying still. So I was doing my finals and all that. And then this is the first year I've come out of uni and been like, this is all I'm going to do full time, which has been very difficult because like financially, it's all like the big reward is at the end effectively. So like you got to make sure you can tie yourself over throughout the year. So I kind of took the leap of faith and said I'll go full time on this to try and make it work. So it is for me. It's like a 10 to 10 job. Like my free time is in the morning. I go gym and then I'm in the office for 10. A lot of my team is part time, so they come in after their actual office hours, and then we work on into the evening. So it's a full on job. But yeah, as I say, I get through it because I love it.
That's actually so commendable, the fact that you still did it even though you're in your finals at Cambridge. Like, we all know how crazy Cambridge is, and then you were still doing that, so well done for that. What's like the biggest achievement do you think you've gotten out of this, or
being recognised on like a national scale. I think like we're working with like some major brands. Like we've been picked up by BBC, MTV want to work with us. Like all the big media partners, Complex, Noisy, and just being like coming from something small where the only press we had was like the Cambridge University newspaper, and then now like being written about in all these big publications. That means quite a lot to us, I think.
I want to ask for costs, but what has accumulated the most income, like in your in the festival? Let's say like, I don't know, like let's say promo with your festival and stuff. Like, what act would you say brought in the most?
Do you know, I want to say Skepta because we booked him just before like the whole Kanye West come up, and like obviously I've been listening to him since day dot, but Cambridge Uni did not have a clue who he was. So we booked Skepta and they're like, oh yeah, you got Skepta, who is he? I don't know his music. And then when March or April times come and he was like on the Brits with Kanye and all that, and then everyone's like, oh my god, you've got Skepta. Ticket sales just took off and we sold out so quickly after that. I think he's been our best booking so far, although JHus may have changed that this year, because like people were coming from all over the place to see JHus this year. He weren't allowed to perform in London, and we were like the closest place to that, so we had a lot of people coming up from London. So I think he may, in terms of numbers, been our most successful booking.
So you say that it's a group of young people all doing this. So how exactly do you manage costs? How do you try save? What are some tips or some tricks, advice on how to save money?
What, me personally, how to save money, or how do we save money as a company?
As a company.
We basically have always run this thing of ticket sales. So like I was a promoter at first, and I had this concept that I was selling to people. We didn't have a lineup or anything really booked in. I was just like, we've got this event coming, buy tickets to it. And then as the money came in, we could book more and more acts and put more and more things in it. We always had like really high goals of how many tickets we were going to sell, but we never spent beyond our means. That's why we've never lost money off it, and that's quite a rare thing for festivals, because a lot of them lose money in their first few years before they're established. Like, I think we've managed to establish a brand without losing any money, which has been due to the fact that we haven't overestimated too much.
So as a CEO of Strawberries and Creem, I'm assuming that you've seen quite a lot of things at the festivals and stuff. What's the most outrageous thing that you've seen at, the Strawberries and Creem festival?
Outrageous was I think last year, Big Narstie come on stage, backed his top off straight away. And obviously a big man. And my mum, this was like right after Nelly, and my mum was in the crowd singing away as she does. Then Big Narstie come on stage, and he was like, first thing he did, I want a wall of pain, basically. So he split the crowd in two, and I just see my mum just getting bustled around. And then he was like, on go, I want you all to just run at each other. And I just see my mum just like in the middle of this crowd. I was like, oh my God, I gotta go save her. I was too late, and she just like, go, carnage happened. She was alright, thankfully. But like that was probably the craziest moment, I think, at the festival.
What would you say to someone that says running a festival is only for young people? So what are you going to do when you're 40? And what do you say to critiques like that?
I think we're the youngest festival team in the UK. I think I haven't met many that are younger than 30. Like we met the owner of Sunfall the other day, and he's a 40-year-old man. It may seem like a young person's industry, but it's not run by a lot of young people. And I think I can see myself doing it for a while, and I've learned a lot in such a short space of time that I've like pretty qualified to do it for a while. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a young person's industry at all. It's when you go to like the awards ceremonies and that, we stand out like a sore thumb, because people have been in the game for a long time, and there's a lot to learn, and I think you need to have that sort of experience to be doing well in it. I think we've been lucky in a way, but I think we found our feet quite well. But it's nice being a young person in an older person's industry, I think.
So what's next for Strawberries and Creem?
What's next? We've always wanted to like rapidly grow the thing. Like we've doubled every year, so 1,000 to 2,500 to 5,000. No, just under. So this year we hit 8,500. Next year I don't want to go and hit 15,000. I want to kind of refine the product and go for 10,000, because I think we've hit a stage where the number of people there this year was ideal for me, and I don't want to try and run before I can walk still. And I think this is the year where we're going to kind of like get the product right, get the money side of it right, so we can make some serious money this year. And I think 10,000 is like a comfortable number for us. And then we see if we're going to go 2 days or go bigger again. But this year is like all about making everything really efficient within the business and making us like much more professional. And just getting it 100% right.
I'd like to say thank you very much for this. custom of every Aspinect episode, we have the Aspinect Challenge, where we now have the chance to win some tickets for next year's Strawberries and Cream 2018 Festival.
So the way that the challenge works is, if Christian gets 3 questions wrong, then we get free tickets to the 2018 Strawberries and Cream Festival. However, if he gets 3 questions right, then we pay. Let's start. Question 1. What were the highest recorded attendees to any festival in the world?
Ooh.
So A, 3.5 million, B, 800,000, or C, 1.5 million?
I'm gonna go with 800,000.
The answer is 3.5 million, so we're off to a good start.
Them tickets are looking like they're coming to us. So in the Strawberries and Cream lineup video, who is the third artist to feature?
I should know this as well. AJ.
Hey, got that one. Yeah, got that one quite quickly.
Oh,
Did it about the choices.
I know my stuff, man. I know my stuff.
Question 3. At this year's Wireless Festival, Lethal Bizzle was asked to step in for which artist and how much was he paid? Option A, Chris Brown for 100,000, B, JME for 67,000, or C, Wiley for 80,000.
Well, C. Wiley, but I didn't pay anywhere near much.
You're right, the answer is Wiley.
Fourth question. Which two of the following forms of insurance is required when considering starting your own festival? Is it A, public liability insurance, B, cancellation insurance, C, event insurance, or D, artist material insurance?
All right, I've got public liability insurance and I've got cancellation insurance, but I'm not sure if they're the right two.
Damn, it's looking like them tickets not coming to us. What is the purpose of a PPL license?
Go on, give me
I
the
got a logistics lady.
Right, sorry, options. Sorry, I just want him to lose. I just want him to lose. Right. To ensure festival goers are accounted for. B, to legally play recorded music in a public space. Or C, to ensure that unsigned artists can't claim royalties for their music played in a public place.
PPL, yeah?
PPL.
Well, I just know it's not C, I think, so I'm going to go with A.
And that is a wrong answer. Right answer is B, to legally play recorded artists in a public place.
So unfortunately for us, Christian did manage to get 3 questions correct, which means that we will be paying to see the Strawberries and Cream Festival next year. It's alright, you earned
Just
it.
get 1 and I'll give you 5.
Aye, there you go.
So even though we lost, thank you so much for your time, Chris, for a lovely interview and a fantastic game, and we'll be seeing you next year at Strawberries and Cream.
Strawberries and Cream will be back next year in 2018, so make sure to get your tickets. This has been a really cool and informative experience for a young girl like me, and I'm happy I had the opportunity.
I will definitely be at the festival next year, Strawberries and Cream 2018. You'll be seeing me for sure. So, thank you very much. I'm Keema.
And I'm Tayla, and
this is Aspinect TV.
Sounds of the surf.